This is Point Black. Coming in hard and off the car. Coming with the flow, straight to the barrio, and coming with the heat to the damn street. This is PBNN, Point Black, National News, the late and the great edition, and the ghetto edition as well, as we see. You know what I'm saying? A lot has transpired in a short period of time. But we must pay attention to all things as much as possible in order to be able to understand the kind of garbage that they have been doing, going all the way back to Hillary Clinton as well. Hillary Clinton, I mean, as well, doing a bunch of garbage. Yes, she was. Started a lot of rumors and lies on the President of the United States, whether it was Trump or anyone else that they hate. You know what I'm saying? They mean that you're going to follow them, they're going to rule, and they're going to never come out of that house. You know what I'm saying? But now, there's a right. There's a right to know. And must see it clear and the fear. And that is a fact and point blank of many things that they're doing. But now we see the chips of joys coming from Sweden and other countries. Have a saying. It's coming. We see. Oh yeah, it's coming on down the line, as we see, because this is the type of game in which they play and think that nobody else must know anything but them as they slide the chips of joy, on people. Coming from Sweden, we see a report coming out of Sweden with that one. I think it was called iTech.com. iTech.com brought that out on the news, you know what I'm saying, in other countries. You know what I'm saying? We have even seen certain other things now transpire, such as scripture is now saying 15-year-old scripture, I guess, that claims that a figure was not sacrificed on the solar cross. We must start to ask questions beyond what we see, for the norm is only the norm. You know what I'm saying? But do not change the narrative. There is no hate in challenge. You know what I'm saying? A challenge on anything must not be done with hate, but with facts that crack backs. You know what I'm saying? All is well under what they have, but not for all. So we must put the truth on the table. That's a fact and point blank, and stop living this fake ass democratic demon craft thinking mind control garbage. You know what I'm saying? But Biden saying potentially, this is what he's saying. He's saying potentially facing Trump in the 2024 only increases his desire to run for re-election. So Biden is saying facing Trump, give him a reason to run for re-election. Yeah, and the people stupid enough to vote him back in, you are crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but he can run for re-election. That sounds good. The increasing value of desire to run because you're facing Trump. Yeah, that's cool. And I'm down with that myself. I want to see that race. Yeah, but this time, no cheating, no bullshit ballot suppressing, and no fraud, saying for the Electoral College. You know what I'm saying? And may the best man win. And that's a fact and point blank. But we don't have time to sit here talking to Biden crazy tale, because he's crazy. And that's a fact and point blank. So he can try to run all he wants, but I don't see him getting any ground. So we don't have time to talk about him, because he's a liar, a deceit, and a cheat, and a crook. So why would I sit here talking about him and any of his cronies is more than overwhelming as far as the lies and the bullshit that they have done in this life. Now, we see Candace Owens, saying people aren't dying when they do this and do that, according to her, because I'm not going into it, coming from, coming at Trump. She was coming at Trump on this, saying that people are dying and they were this and that and that. Well, Candace Owens, it was your crew. It was your crew that know. Let's be honest here. Your crooked tail. It's your crew that knows about this in many ways. Who is Candace Owens anyway? She has so much to say. I know this. Who the hell is she? She needs to get off the news. You're wasting precious airtime. Let's be honest. Who is she? She has so much to say. But no one, to me, with any sensible mind frame, no one cares what she thinks at all. And that's a fact. Because if you're following behind that lunatic, then I know you are just the same as her in your mind frame. You know what I'm saying? Because she's a nut. You know what I mean? And that's fine. At the time to waste with that clown. Anybody that listen to her saying anything about Trump got to be out there cotton picking fucking mind. Because when it comes to Candace Owens, she, to me, is a complete retard. Could you imagine if she was president? And why is it schools are teaching, according to a report at court, that schools, this is a claim, alleged, you know what I'm saying, but I believe it's true and been going on for a very long time. Very, very long time. You know what I'm saying? And why is schools teaching elite children to be racist is the question. This is what the claim saying that they're doing in their schools. They've been doing that, where you've been at. But not surprising at all. When it's not surprising to hear that type of claim. When have they, you must ask yourself, when have they teach otherwise? But the kind of teachings, you know what I'm saying? Let's look at the distribution of wealth, in this country. This type of teaching that they teach the people, this type of mind frame in the distribution of wealth. This type have teachings, have allowed the elites to think it's all right to rule over you and the world as a whole, even the government that governs over the people of the world. You know what I'm saying? What proved that? COVID-19. Let's be clear. You know what I'm saying? As we see, David Rockefeller Tech has made its way back. That David Rockefeller Tech, because we know he was just the one promoting it, but you know what I'm saying, as part of the whole probably make a process of the whole game itself. But we see the Rockefeller Tech has made its way back. So we know they had passed the baton back and forth. We even hear Russia even talking about, this matter, of the Rockefeller Tech. Say we even hearing them talking about this matter. Now we see how they have had a plan, but to know how it was to see what it is now, and saying it's coming. People see beyond their nose now, as we see this wicked behavior. You know what I'm saying? Seeing the Swedens, you know what I mean, show it off as if the people, are so happy to see, these chips of joy. You know what I'm saying? These chips of joy. The people must show more, resistance against the wicked forces that be. Because wicked is not good, but only to the wicked, point blank. You know what I'm saying? The balance of power, the balance of power leans on the wrong direction. You know what I'm saying? For years, like I said, teachings has been, but now look at how the baton has passed. This, this, and look how the baton has passed to this. That the deep state teaches to rule, even using government to do so. The elite is using even our government that governs over the people to do so. So they have weaved their way for many years, many years, going back to James Polk, Nixon, Reagan, all of them, all the way back. The trickery has been going on, and they have infiltrated the government and ruling over the people because they feel they're the elite. They are the elites because they got money and riches and they stole from everyone else, never did a work or scrub a day in their life, and now want to rule over you and tell you what to do with your life. We see even using government to do so. We must shake it up. People of the world, must regain their strength of power back. The people of the world must regain it back. The power from the elites, for they have no right over your life, and they have no right over you. Let's be honest. They have no right over you. What right do they have over you? They have no right over you. Let's be honest. We see a lot of things going on here today that should not be going on, and they should have no right over you. Let's be honest. And we know that. But this is what has taken place. You see what I'm saying? They have no right over you. Well, you gave them that power. You know what I'm saying? You gave them that power. You know what I mean? When you look at it, you gave them and made them gain that power. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You did that. Because the people didn't elect half of these people, sneaking up in our government doing this bullshit, they would not be where they are today. The rich would just be to themselves. But they should have no right to infiltrate our government or anything to do with our government at all, to bring down this bullshit. And what proved that? COVID-19. You made them to gain power secretly and by false documents of old. This is what they have allowed with these false documents of old, to give your wealth to them and not see for what it is, what made them more worthy than you. What made them more worthy than you. Where is the true collective? We ask, but they now have this overreach, push, and racism. You see, world leaders, political parties, we should say, elites, even the fake royal house must be looked at, and now even the secret and the deep state as a whole, because there is too much upon the common people, and we must not let them do this to us. We calm down, and we must not. Their wealth, we must, in other words, what's a good way to put this? We must not let their wealth be a badge over you. Neither kings nor queens, unless it is of true leadership, not pedophilia and blood sucking. And that is not for them to dictate. We must not give the power to these elites and these queens and all these people to have leadership. And that is not for them to just dictate every aspect of your life, but to do the will of the people, not the will of only themselves and group. For we are the people women, men, and child. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that straight. COVID-19 is being used as a catalyst to do herd to herd immunity, or should we say, or herd the people like cattle, using the government powers to do so. Even the continuous virus they speak about can only come from one place, that is the government and the elites and their group. It could not come from anywhere else. That has been infiltrated from days of old to now. We see the pattern to now, even certain ideas to harvest, by them that think they are above the law, above the people, as if they are God, not mine. But many they're not mine, not over me, because I don't follow that foolishness. Many have the right to say that, and you know what I'm saying, why they can't is beyond me. Many can see it that way. Many can say these words and certain things on this internet and YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But not you. It's misinformation. But we see, as if they are God over us, not mine. But many have the right to say, and many have the right to say that, and if you ask me, why can't they speak about this? It's beyond me. As if a crime was committed.